Hey, this episode of Industrial Talk is proudly brought to you by MD&M West and the incredible News and Brews team. MD&M West delivered big. MedTech, automation, packaging, plastics, and design all came together under one roof. The innovation, the energy, the conversation, it was everything that makes this industry extraordinary. I was on the floor capturing the stories, the breakthroughs, and the leaders who are shaping the future. Thanks for tuning in and celebrating the people driving industrial innovation. Industrial Talk, powered by MD&M West and the News and Brews team. All right, once again, welcome to News and Brews. We are brought to you by those wonderful people at MD&M West. And if you're not here, you're not hanging out with the cool kids here at MD&M West in Anaheim, you're missing a lot. You're missing a lot of great opportunities to be able to connect, network with individuals that are truly passionate about your success. And they are all here. They don't have just conference centers. These are concourses. They're much bigger, venues that you need to be a part of. So remember, put this on your calendar for next year. MD&M West, and I think it's probably going to be in Anaheim. It was in Anaheim. It's always in Anaheim, I think. It's always West. It is what it is. All right, in the hot seat. Speaking of incredible individuals, we have a gentleman by the name of Marian Schneider. Planar Motor is the company. Let's get a crackin'. Yeah. I got to tell you, truth be told, we have some great footage from your booth. Just telling you.
That's right.
Great footage. Because it was impressive. I'm sorry, I digress. Now I'm a big fan of Planar Motors. Big fan of Marian right now.
Love to hear it.
All in all. That's right. All right, are you having a good conference? Because I got to tell you, your booth is a dog. It's like ants to a candy bar. And they look like ants because they're zipping around.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, it's been a great first day. Super busy. Exceeded all expectations, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're couldn't be happier.
Because every time I was trying to talk to you, you were always, he's busy. I can never get a hold of you. And it's like you're talking. And
That's true. Yeah. I mean, we do have a very eye-catching demo. And so anybody who sees it gets drawn in. It's hard to avoid.
It is hard to avoid. Yeah, it's really pretty good. All right, before we really get into the conversation around Planar, we need to know a little bit about Marian, a little background. Where do you come from? What you're all about, outside of the fact that you're in BC.
Yes. Yeah, like you said, we're based in BC. I'm originally from Germany. My background is in mechanical engineering.
Hold it. There's no accent.
I've been practicing for a while, yeah. But yeah, born and raised
no
in
accent.
Germany. But yeah, living in Vancouver now for quite a while. Yeah, my background is in mechanical engineering. That's where I started at Planar as well, on the mechanical team, and then transitioned onto the solutions team. So now,
how long have you been with them?
Just a bit over 2 years at this point.
Background into your capability, outside of the fact that you're from Germany and you have no accent whatsoever, zero. What makes you such an? You're older than 2, so you gotta have some sort of a background there.
That is true, yeah. So I did aerospace engineering in my undergrad, and then mechatronics in my master's. Mechatronics design, yeah. So that's like the combination between mechanical engineering, electrical, software, a little bit of everything.
See, that's the first time I've heard that. You're just blowing my mind there, Marian, over and over. I just like, well, okay, I didn't know that either. All right. So, listener, truth be told, we were out at the Planar location on the floor, and things were zipping around, and you couldn't help but notice how incredible the technology is. It is. I have to ask, I've never seen it before.
It is.
I don't understand. I don't understand.
I mean, yeah, it does look like magic. I promise it's just physics. But yeah, it's a fairly new technology. We've been around for 10 years. We'll have our 10-year anniversary this year. So fairly new technology. But yeah, what we're doing is magnetic levitation. So we got a motion
but that
platform.
Technology's been out there.
Yes, but not quite as advanced.
Not like that.
Exactly, yeah. So we don't only move forwards and backwards like the maglev trains do, right?
Yeah.
We move in any direction. We move up and down. We rotate. We tip and tilt. All 6 degrees of freedom. So quite a bit more advanced, I would say, than like the maglev tech that's been around for a long time.
Yeah, no. Yeah, okay, so I have to tell you, outside of doing a little on-site interview and conversation about your technology, there was a gentleman that was with us, and we both noticed the same thing, and it was that, I want to say Xbot. Did I get that?
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, so that Xbot, and it was doing a little shimmy, right? It was moving right and left, or whatever. It was just... I can't wrap my head around that. What's the application? What are we looking at? It's fast. So what's the application?
It can be fast. We can go slow too if we want to.
Well, of course.
But yeah, application really anywhere where you have some kind of assembly line, packaging line, filling, basically where we're moving from one workstation to the next one, that's where you'll find us. And so we're not only the transport solution between these individual stations, but we're also taking over part of those processes that happen at the workstation. So we take a product or a part of a product to a workstation where, let's say, it's assembled, it is being laser marked, it is being inspected in front of a camera. And so indexing, for example, like let's say we want to inspect different sides of our component, what you would previously have to do with some external axis, right? Like you come on a traditional conveyor belt, let's say, you need to hand off that product to a rotary axis that spins it in front of the camera. Now we don't have to do that anymore. We arrive with the product and we can spin right there, do whatever inspection we need to do, and then move on to the next workstation.
Okay, so this is interesting because I see that I see unlimited solutions that can and programmability to the platform to be able to meet my immediate need, but then also my unforeseen future needs.
Yeah.
It just seems a very flexible, scalable, and powerful solution. Am I looking at it right?
Yeah, that's 100% right. Yeah, I almost want to say...
I was going to say, if you say no to that, I was just going, wow.
No, yeah, it's 100% right. I almost want to say flexibility is what we're selling here, or what we enable you to get out of our system. One, because the system itself is completely modular, so we're able to build up any like layout around other automation equipment that makes the most sense for your process, right? And then the second part is the motion on the system itself is just a program. You said programmability.
Yeah.
That's a huge point. So I can run product A tomorrow, product B tomorrow, product A today, product B tomorrow, and all that happens in between is just a click of a button. I upload a different software, and then I have a completely different motion pattern that's happening on there, all without touching one single screw.
And yeah, you bring up a good point. Not one single screw, because when you're looking at the solution, and do you have a video out on your website?
Absolutely, yeah.
We got better. You should. No, we don't. Well, let me just sort of make sure that you think about it and consider it for the website, because I would go out there and just look and be marveled at it. What is sort of the... You have your existing solution today, and it's spectacular. Don't get me wrong. I'm all but like companies, you never stop, innovating. You never stop pushing that envelope. You never stop listening to the market and saying, that's a different problem. We could do whatever. What do you see happening in the horizon for you guys? What are we talking about here? Put your future hat on there, Marian.
Right. So I think scalability is one point where we're already great today. We can basically go as big as we want. The other direction, going smaller, that could be an interesting thing, where some of our customers are asking if we could make smaller movers for smaller payloads, to have even higher density and reduce the footprint of a machine further. Just our motion capabilities, in terms of, let's say, rotation, speed, acceleration, how stable the motion is, those kind of things. And then a huge portion of our product really is software development. So everything that enables us to do all these motions, that's controls that are running in the background, right? And so, of course, there's always room for improvement, and adding new features that will make it even easier to integrate, even like cut down on programming time, those kind of things. And that's where we're really working really closely together with our customers, to find out their needs and their requirements, and what kind of pain points they're facing today.
I would imagine you want to compress that time. The faster you can do it, the better everybody's happier.
Absolutely,
and achieve that objective of trying to modify the. I don't. Help me understand. Okay, listener, I'm going to paint this picture. You got these discs, these square little discs, and they're zipping around on this floor, for lack of a better term. But the floor's got a lot of technology in it, so that's zipping around on this floor. And it looks like organized chaos. However, zipping around on the floor, but there's nothing moving on that floor. It's how it's being. It's just a battery, and it's you see what I'm getting at? I don't know where I'm going. I don't even know how to ask that question. You get it?
I think I'm getting where you're
it's moving,
trying to go.
But that floor's not moving. Something's not. It's not. That thing is moving, but I know that the magnet's not moving.
Yeah, that's right. So we actually got magnets in the moving part. So those little discs that you call them.
Yeah.
Those have permanent magnets inside.
Yes.
So they're fully passive. And then underneath in the floor, which you set, we got a 2D grid of coils in there basically. So no mechanical parts, nothing is moving. It's all solid state electronics. And we basically control how much current and where exactly is running through these coils. And that allows us to give a dynamic field that enables us to control all 6 degrees of freedom.
That's just stupid stuff.
It's
not stupid, but stupid as in amazing. It just blew my mind. It's an amazing solution.
Yeah.
How you spoke, and I say floor. Well, I gotta hold on to these questions. You know, I called it a floor. I don't know what you call it, but it's there. Do you have sort of floor versions where they just sort of you stack them all together and you create this and then just?
You could turn them into a floor. I mean, they're super robust. We can press on the flyway. That's what we call the floor module. The flyways can handle up to somewhere around 500 pounds of pressure.
There it is. Yeah.
So we can walk around on it. We can dance on there.
Forklift on it. Yeah, that would just defeat the purpose of what you guys are doing.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, you don't want that. Okay, so with that, you talked about making it smaller, whatever. And I would imagine that that's an objective. That'd be great, making it smaller. But what about, do you see an application that's big? Like bigger? I don't know what your limits are, what that look like. I don't know. I don't. I don't have a... Is it bigger than a bread box?
I mean, the biggest application out there that we have right now is almost 1,000 of these individual flyways. So that's, I think, at our booth earlier that you saw, that was roughly like 45 or so. So you can imagine what a system with 1,000 of these looks like. And that's really not the limit. Like we can go bigger if we want to. I guess in terms of payload, at some point it just becomes inefficient, and there's other better ways to transport larger payloads.
Right.
So yeah, if we're talking about like intralogistics for warehousing or something, I don't see us really going there.
Yeah.
That's just a different scale, I want to say. But yeah, we can go as big as you want.
Special training. Do you guys I'm a manufacturer. I'm all in on your solution.
Yeah.
I like what you guys are doing. You come in and you put it into action, and then you don't leave me alone. You train me. You do it as necessary to.
Of course, yeah. Yeah, like I said earlier, we work really closely with our customers basically through the entire life cycle. So that's starting at application development, which that's my job as an applications engineer. We gather all requirements and constraints. We run simulations to check cycle times, throughputs. We try and optimize the system, make it as compact and cheap as possible. And then, yeah, of course, once you get the system, or even before, we can do a lot of like virtual stuff and emulated stuff where our customers can start with software development before they even receive the first piece of hardware for even faster commissioning. So, of course, yeah, that's all included. We won't leave you alone. We'll support you through
you better
commissioning,
not leave alone.
throughout any problems that might arise later. Yeah.
Okay, so maintenance.
Zero maintenance.
See, I was just I'm trying to find that little thing that needs to be maintained, but everything is solid, static, doesn't.
That's right. Yeah. Nothing's touching.
Nothing's touching. No wear and tear.
Mechanical components. Zero maintenance.
You're awesome. If I was somebody that wanted a dose of that awesomeness, and I wanted to connect with Marian, how would I do that?
Yeah, you can reach out to us at solutions@planarmotor.com or find me on LinkedIn, Marian Schneider, Planar Motor.
All right. Is there a Planar? What's the sort of story behind that name?
Well, you know how a linear motor exists, right?
Yeah.
And it moves in one direction, therefore it's linear. We move in any direction, so we are a planar motor.
You have an answer for everything. I like that. You are wonderful.
Thank you for having me.
You got a heck of a technology out there. Now I'm a big fan. I'll be the president of your fan club.
Please.
All right. We're going to have all the contact information out on Industrial Talk. Reach out to Marian. You will not be disappointed, as you can tell. You need to check out this technology. You need to be able to just experience it. It's real. It's fantastic. It's amazing. Once again, we're broadcasting at MD&M West. Brought to you we're News and Brews. We got to be able to sort of make sure that you are here next year. So get to meet people like Marian and then get dazzled by his technology. All right, we're going to wrap it up on the other side. Stay tuned. We will be right back.
You're listening to the Industrial Talk Podcast Network.
All right, another incredible conversation coming from MD&M West. News and Brews. Fantastic event. Put that on your calendar for 2027. And I guarantee you're not going to be disappointed because you'll be able to meet people like Marian. Yeah, Planar Motor. It's exciting stuff. It is an amazing time to be in manufacturing. It is an amazing time to be a part of a conference such as MD&M and just see what is taking place in industry today. It is absolutely bright and shiny and exciting. Get into manufacturing. All right. We're going to have incredible conversations. It's going to keep on coming. It's going to keep on rolling because manufacturing is that important. So always come back to Industrial Talk. Check out the latest in manufacturing. Check out the latest in information in industry. You will not be disappointed. Be bold, be brave, dare greatly. Hang out with Marian. Change the world. We're going to have another great conversation shortly, so stay tuned.